Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. Welcome to the third episode of Chop on the Top. My name is William. I am the Tennessee band.
My name is Blake, the Nature Boy. Woo! Robertson. And Florida State is back this week. Hopefully, to God, we can play better than we have the first 2 weeks.
Y'all definitely need it. Y'all definitely need it.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
But we will get to that. First, let us start off with the recap of last week 2's action. Saw a lot of good games,
I'm telling you.
a lot of good action.
For being a small week, a short week of big games, I thought it was a very entertaining week with some upsets.
Absolutely. Some upsets we could actually laugh at, too.
I'm telling you.
But we got to start off up in Ann Arbor, Texas, annihilating Michigan.
Yes.
Going into Ann Arbor, dominating.
Very impressive.
The defending national champions by a score of 31-12. I mean, Texas just controlled that.
Yes.
The entire game. Michigan couldn't get much going. Just complete, utter domination by the Longhorns.
I think you wait for a certain every team has that game where if they win, whoever wins that game, they put themselves in the playoff hunt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't played anybody yet, so they're waiting. Most teams haven't played good teams yet, so now we know Texas is real.
Texas
that automatically,
they
win.
are definitely about as legit as they are on the season. But again, still a long way to go in the season, so we will see.
It's a big win. It's a very important win.
Very big win. Who did not? Can you tell me who did not win this weekend?
Well, I think it was Notre Dame.
Yes.
The Fighting Irish.
The Fighting Irish, after we hyped them up last week.
We did say they were not explosive.
No, we did not say that, but we did say that. But I also, nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw it coming.
Northern Illinois. The Huskies of Northern Illinois. Did you know they got paid $1.4 million by Notre Dame
and
to
coach,
go win at Notre Dame?
You see the coach in the interview post game?
Oh,
he was
that.
cheering up.
That's why you love college football.
Wonderful. But it's not surprising. I'm not surprised. Are you surprised?
No, not in
because they only scored 23 points in Aggieland.
Yeah.
2 series ago. So you knew they weren't an explosive offensive team, and they were beatable. But they also this coming week they got to go to West Lafayette, and you know Purdue's ready too. So you never know.
Yeah, I mean Riley Leonard did not play well. He only went 20 of 32, 163 yards passing and 2 interceptions, but he did have a rushing touchdown.
The problem with that, it looks like with the receiving core, there's not much to go around.
No,
you got to have a guy that can make a play, and I don't think they have it.
They had a number one guy.
I don't think they do. What about their running game?
The running game.
Nobody.
Well, you went Jeremiah
79 yards.
79 yards.
If you're Notre Dame against Northern Illinois, is that what you expect? No, you expect 150 against Northern Illinois.
Yeah, or
kind of like Jerome Bettis.
Oh,
for some of the great Notre Dame running backs of the past.
Oh, yes, absolutely. No, this was definitely a letdown for Notre Dame.
And let me bring this one up. Your team. We're debating on playing a fight song. We're trying to figure out if it's good or not. So if anybody can let us know on there. I would play the Rocky Top fight song right now for this man, but it looks like Tennessee has shown up and they whooped Wolfpack. Well, we better not say what Rock would say here, but Tennessee rolled in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Can we say, I don't know, maybe we sent NC State wolf packing?
I would say that. And also, I'm sure it was the high on Rocky Top was never more apropos than last Saturday night. Wouldn't you agree?
It's still early. We're definitely excited. Going in and beating State. I didn't think it'd be as much of a blowout. I thought it'd be a lot closer game. I mean, I got to sit and enjoy the second half comfortably.
That's what you like.
Oh, absolutely. Those are games
especially when it's your team.
Yeah, especially in a neutral site game. I mean, it was.
How does that feel, by the way? Because I don't know this year.
To win
to be able to feel comfortable in the second half.
I've done it twice now.
I know. I'm trying to ask you, how does it feel?
It feels good, actually. It helps the blood pressure, helps the heart rate.
Yeah.
It's good for the mental health
Right.
too, which mental health does matter.
Yes, it does. And then another game that was fun on Saturday night, watching Dion trying to fire up his boys on the sideline like it matters, or having the defensive team get excited about making a play down 28-0. Nebraska Cornhuskers
Oh
could
yeah,
be for real as they blow out. When you say it's a blowout?
yeah, semi blowout,
Yeah.
semi
Well, they
blowout.
were
Yeah,
up 28-0 at halftime, and they did not score in the second half.
but they didn't need to either. So
Well, you will soon. You
yeah, I
would
mean,
like to. Nebraska looked impressive, no doubt about it.
Nebraska did look impressive.
Yes, but you need in the they're not in the Big 12. In the Big 12, we might say they could run the table, but in the Big 10,
And
they're going to need to add on in the second half.
they definitely need to play better, especially like, I mean, they have scored, you know, 58 points in the first half this year. Nebraska has, but has only scored 10
Ooh,
in the second half.
that's going to come
They
back one day.
need to play better in the second half. It is a game of two halves because that is one of those things that could come back and bite you in the rear
Oh,
down the
definitely.
road, especially when they get into Big Ten play.
Right.
Not this weekend, but next Friday night, the 20th, when they host Illinois.
Yep. And some other games this week of note. You made the right prediction, and the what's the name of the trophy?
Which one?
The Cyclone.
Oh, the Cyhawk.
Cyhawk.
Yeah, I caught the Cyhawk game right.
Yes.
I was worried there for a second. I was definitely worried. But nope, I
I'm kind
was.
of disappointed in Iowa this week. I thought Iowa had a better team than this, and now I don't know. Iowa State. I don't think Iowa State's really that good either.
I don't think so. I think
But it
either
just
team. I think both these teams are above 500.
yeah.
I think Iowa.
You think both of them are going to go 500 this year?
I mean, they
I think
both.
Iowa will get it together. Would you agree that Iowa is kind of a similar team to like something will always get better as the season goes along?
Yeah, but I mean, what offense shows up? Is
Yeah,
it a
that's true.
Jekyll or a Hyde offense?
Right.
Like last week they shut out Northern Illinois or not Illinois State and got 40 points.
Right.
This week they only got 19 at home.
Mm-hmm. And then I said UConn was going to lose to Merrimack.
I don't
Big
know
deal.
why you got that.
I got excited.
You definitely got excited.
Then we had Georgia Tech going to Syracuse, and well, they're not ranked anymore. Syracuse with a win, and Cal McCoy is trying to make Syracuse a contender in the ACC.
Oh, Georgia Tech is still ranked, actually. Correct on that one.
They're still ranked.
23rd.
That might be just from last week.
We'll see.
They're not ranked anymore because they lost.
But
Then we had let's see, some other good games this week.
Oklahoma State survived a scare against
Woo! I
Arkansas.
didn't see that till right now. Arkansas isn't bad this year. They might have a good team pretty
I think
soon.
Arkansas is going to be one of those
Yeah.
sneaky good teams.
Utah got by Baylor, which is the conference game,
Yes.
and it's a 1-0 start to the Big 12 season. That was an important game
That
for
was
Utah.
a very important game.
California, the ACC, California goes to the Plains in Auburn and gets a big win.
That still does not sound right.
It does not sound right, but the other thing that doesn't sound right is if California wins this Saturday, they'll be going to Tallahassee next weekend with a better ranking than Florida State. Did you have that on your pregame schedule?
No.
Preseason schedule? I did not either. I don't think anybody did.
No, I did get one upset prediction right.
Yeah, more than one.
I called Illinois defeating Kansas. I knew it. I know that stadium. I know Memorial. I know that crowd.
Would you say you love that stadium?
Wouldn't say I love it. It's an interesting old, your stadium, your typical Big Ten stadium.
Then we had what got them game day this Saturday night. The Game Kigs went up to your rival and whooped on the Kentucky Wildcats.
Oh, yes.
South Carolina.
Yes. Oh, my.
The Cops.
That was really, really shocking.
I wouldn't say shocking. What would you say? Well, I mean, the blowout, I guess, was shocking.
I think the blowout was definitely the shock.
Yeah.
But not the fact that South Carolina won. No, the South Carolina is going to be, again, can we say sneaky good.
Yeah. Do you know Maryland lost?
Maryland in the Big Ten.
Yeah, lost to Michigan State.
I think they did.
They did 34-27.
Yes.
I thought I had a
No,
better.
27-24.
Yeah, I thought Maryland was going to be better than that. I haven't seen Michigan State play, so we don't know. I mean, they could. It was definitely a big defensive battle up there. So
Absolutely.
it looks
And
like,
then another game that really caught my eye, Oregon struggled again against a
well,
team from Idaho.
Boise State's a little better than Idaho. Would you
Yes,
agree with that?
yes.
Yeah. Boise State can make the playoffs. Would you agree?
Boise State, we're not going to say what Doug said. No,
Which one did you, what did, we're going to say it. What did he say? Matt Rule is a great college coach.
no, 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 the bottom one.
Oh, now we're going to let that slide.
We're going to let that slide.
It's a kids show, or hopefully we want our nieces and nephews and children to watch this show. But thanks, Doug, for putting in. I was wrong on Miami. Got to give Miami credit. They didn't let their hype of the Florida win tear them down. It looks like they're for real. I admit it as a Florida State fan. Miami is for real.
See, now shall we get ready to preview?
Hold on.
Or
There's
we're
some more
still doing
games.
more games.
Might be some more games. What do you think about Virginia? The Cavaliers at 2-0. Did you have that in your
Yeah,
preseason
nope,
schedule?
nope, nope.
Wake Forest, and now they have to play Ole Miss Saturday in Winston-Salem. Looks like Ole Miss is going to come in and probably what 65-0.
Probably. This is the real
It's
game.
a sold out crowd, baby. Woo! They said it's sold out.
Oh yeah, it definitely would be sold out. Bah.
By humbug.
I know. Oh boy, Clemson.
Clemson, yeah.
We got that wrong too.
And we also almost had an upset in Soonerland, where Houston almost pulled up the upset over
I was
Oklahoma.
keeping an eye on it. One game I watched the ending of was Cincinnati and Pitt.
Cincinnati.
Cincy and Pitt.
Pitt got the win by
Pitt got the
one.
win by I think on a last second field goal by Sauls.
There was something I was going to go with there. I don't want to talk it either. Duke's 2-0 on Friday night. They beat Northwestern. I think the Duke's going to be undefeated when they face Carolina in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean they have an
And
easy
so will
game.
Carolina.
Oh, I think they have two easy games going into that Carolina game on the 28th. You know, they got to play. They got to play.
Middle Tennessee.
UConn
Yeah, that's them.
and Middle Tennessee.
Another thing I saw Saturday is Carolina has a quarterback. North
Yes,
Carolina. Even though you don't like to see injuries, I think I can't think of his name right now, but I believe he's a very good quarterback, and I think it may have helped them. Carroll, yeah, I think it may have semi helped them to have him at quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, I mean they definitely looked impressive. Stanford looked impressive, and then we have an FCS upset.
FCS upset.
Yes, we do.
Well, now we're going off strip.
Idaho
Oh.
went to Laramie.
You said FCS.
Yeah, FCS.
Which one is FCS?
The lower division.
No, Wyoming and the Idaho are division
No,
one
no.
bowl season. Bowl FBS.
No, Wyoming and Idaho went down.
Oh, they did. Oh, they went down. Okay.
Yeah, they went down a
I
level.
never guessed that.
But Idaho went into Laramie and beat Wyoming. And I actually watched a good bit of that game, and they looked good. Granted, Wyoming made a lot of mistakes throughout.
You watched that game?
I watched bits and pieces of it. I watched the fourth quarter.
Well, that's exciting.
While getting ready, while making dinner.
Making dinner. Him and his girlfriend.
No girlfriend.
Oh. He's single, folks. Single and ready to mingle. Woo!
Let's see, any other games of note?
I think we touched on about all the good stuff.
All the good stuff, yes. Now, let's preview our games for this week. I think I have another sit on the couch and enjoy the second half games. We host Kent State at Neyland. I think this is the game where we just really need to make sure everything's clicking. But the big thing is
clicking. I think you already found that out.
But the big thing is we cannot look ahead. We've got to focus on this week before we get ready for SEC play next week against Oklahoma. We gotta focus on this. We
Does that sound
can't.
right? Tennessee and Oklahoma, SEC.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, no, nothing makes sense anymore with these conference realignment nonsense.
Yeah, but it will be exciting.
The only one that's ever made sense to me, and I'm going off script here,
I can tell.
Nebraska to the Big Ten.
Yeah, I like
That was
that.
the only one that
Yeah, that's pretty
originally
good.
I'm like, okay, that
Yeah.
I'm fine with.
Any of the ones that match up in the what's
Region.
the map? The
Yeah,
map of
the
the
yeah,
conference
the region, yeah.
makes sense to me. I always thought,
Maybe Texas A&M because they are on
yeah,
the eastern half of Texas.
how do you want to put that?
Our friend Doug,
I thought App State should go to the ACC. App
they're
State,
too small.
East Carolina. Well,
No,
what about Wake Forest? Wake Forest is small.
they're historic.
Well, I'm good.
Okay, so
Historic at what?
historical ACC member.
Oh, okay, I'm checking.
Um, but yep, no, we play a very, very, nice tune-up before SEC play begins. Yeah, let me check the spread on that game.
What game you got?
We're 48.5 points. I'm
Oh,
taking the
I'm
under.
taking the over.
I'm taking the under just to be safe. I think it'll be 45 to 10.
45 to 10, I'm going 65 to nothing. Tennessee walking all over them.
Hmm.
They're warmed up now. You already beat State. You know, like see, if you hadn't beat State yet, I might go with your score. But y'all did walked over State, so I mean, there's no way you're going to
I
fall
just
back
want
with
to be
Kent State.
conservative. I just like to play
I'll
conservative.
be I'll be the fired up guy for you this week.
I'm just gonna be the peaceful, relaxed
Well,
guy this
you know,
week.
you can
As
be. But there's another game on the other side of this picture right here. I'm not going to be so relaxed. I don't think.
you
Because
guys,
we're playing a good Memphis team. They're ranked in the coaches poll at 25. So once again,
really, Memphis is
yeah, in
ranked
the
on.
coaches poll, they don't count in the people. ESPN doesn't allow the coaches poll to count. They said, eh. But anyway, I feel like we just lost Lucas for the year, a running back, but he wasn't a starter. But he did give us depth. I don't think that's going to affect too much. The thing that's going to affect us is can we get off on third down? Will
Oh,
we
absolutely.
finally get off on third down this week? That's the only way you can win football games is playing defense and getting off on third down. But I also have not heard if DJ's playing. I don't really care. I think we need to go to the freshman, but if he doesn't, we got to go with DJ, and that's it. He's got to play well this week. If we don't play well, guess what? 0-3.
Oh, I think if y'all are 0-3 at the end of this game, it's the end of DJ. There's
Gotta
no
be.
question.
Yeah.
You got to go to the freshman after that because clearly DJ won't be the answer. Just not gonna be good.
But
Um,
that being said, I do think we will win the game because I just think Norval has had 13 days or whatever it is now to get the team prepared.
right.
A lot of our fan base has jumped off the ship and they're saying Norval needs to be fired. And it's 2 games in after he went 13-1 last year. That does not make any sense. Can you tell me how does that make any sense
I
to you?
think the only issue is you have lost 3 in a row in the last 2 years.
Well, the Georgia game doesn't count, sir. But anyway,
Oh, oh,
what we got? Oh, the Doug Meister comes in out of the depths of from Archdale, North Carolina, saying that Memphis is going to pull the upset in Tallahassee. What's the spread of that game?
7.5 in
Yeah, that's a
favor
pretty
of
good
Florida
spread because
State.
Memphis is a good team.
I think it'll be. I want to flip that score
Flip
and
it.
make it. Actually, I'm going to go 28-24 Knowles.
Ooh. Yeah, hey, I'm not
But y'all
confident
will. I
anymore.
do think y'all will struggle.
Yeah, we'll struggle. Final score to me about the same 24, 21, 28, 21, Florida State, just because they're playing at home. And I feel like Norval is a great, he is a great coach. I'm not like other fans. I don't let 2 games undo what he's done for the last 5 years. The man started his career at Florida State in the COVID year and went 3-8 with nobody, what I'm saying, are we going to play? Or are we not going to play? He beat North Carolina, a ranked team at that point, in Tallahassee,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went the next year 5-7. Next year went to a big bowl game, would have almost made the ACC championship game, and then went 13-1 last year. You don't undo what a man's done in 4 years over 2 games. I don't understand. But anyway,
But the
calm down.
question I have for you is this time: where do you hit the panic button?
I
Where's that
mean,
panic button before you say, you know,
the
where?
panic button begins when you don't make it to the ACC championship game because that's your goal.
Well,
And
yeah,
this
obviously.
team, Florida State, when they were great, in the 90s, there was never a time when you would think Florida State's not going to win the ACC. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
And that's the goal for Florida State now. So right now, you're not making the ACC championship game unless you win out and unless you get a lot of help.
You're going to need a lot of help.
Because there's only one spot left. Miami's going to the ACC title game. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, yes.
And their schedule's not that hard. But
Not at the slightest.
Miami's going to the ACC title game.
Absolutely.
So there's one spot left. And I guess theoretically it's a wide open race. I mean, Carolina looks pretty good. Clemson blew out Appalachian State. But other than that, I mean, you got a wide open race in the ACC. Louisville looks pretty good.
You have 3 teams that are 1-0 in conference play. You got Boston College, Syracuse, and Virginia.
Well, Virginia's not going to make it.
No, I don't think Virginia's going to make it. Georgia Tech is 1-1 in conference play.
I think we have to give California a relook at what they did after what they did Saturday.
There's one team that's 0-1. That's Wake Forest.
The Demon Deacons. Sorry. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll watch it as we go along here.
But yeah, I think it'll definitely be Miami.
It's very hard. It's going to be very hard for Florida State to go.
I feel like it's too early to make that decision on who is going to go to the ACC championship game.
The only problem with Florida State is they're already 0-2. That's the part that hurts.
Yeah, I think if you had won one of those games, I'd give you an outside chance.
Right. Or one of them been non-conference. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Still 0-1 in the ACC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, playing 2 conference games out of the gate was not the best decision.
Well, if you'd have won, it wouldn't have been. We were expecting to win both those games. So it wouldn't have been that big a deal.
Oh,
and if we'd have won one of those games, I don't think it'd been a big deal.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a rant. We'll stop pause on the college football. We're coming up soon on college basketball, right, William?
Yes.
Are you getting fired up over that?
I'm getting ready.
We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
It's almost here. We're not ready to talk about the seasons yet. We know who you like in college basketball?
I like Tennessee, Duke, and UNCG.
3 teams. So which is your favorite of those 3?
Probably UNCG, actually.
Really? Okay, I like it.
I'm currently attending.
Well, either way. I'll go Spartans.
That's good.
But my rant today is, I know what he might think about this, but I want to ask any Carolina fan that watches this, why is Carolina wanting to tear down the Dean Smith Center? Why do we want to put something so historic? Oh, and I don't think they're talking about tearing it down. I think they're talking about leaving it, right? They haven't talked about tearing it down, have they?
This is the first I've actually heard.
Really? I haven't heard them tearing it down, but if they tear it down, they should be ashamed. They're thinking about, you where the Bulls parking space is? Is that near the Smith Center?
Not sure.
Okay. We'll have to go on more look back at that more later on. But I feel like you need to keep the Smith Center up. I've been in the Smith Center. It looks pretty nice. I mean, they redid all the TVs around the area. They paint the place every year, probably. I guarantee they go paint it every year. Wouldn't you agree with that? To get ready for the basketball season. I understand.
Maybe every other year.
Yeah, right. I understand they don't sell it out but like twice a year, and that is a problem. I mean, only sell it out for a big game in non-conference, probably State and Duke. That's probably the only 3 times we sell it out.
Yeah.
And it is big. It is 21,000 seat arena. And the old days in the 80s and 90s when Dean was there, it probably, I mean, I was not watching many basketball games in the 80s, but I'm sure they sold out a lot more game because of Dean Smith and the excitement for Carolina basketball. We're still Carolina basketball, but it's probably harder for people to come from miles away because of jobs and kids and all that kind of stuff, and it might need to be smaller. I would be okay with reduction in seating, but I'm not okay with moving out of the Dean Smith Center.
I actually agree. I think the Dean Smith Center is historic. It is one of, I would say, I always go as far as, even as a Duke fan, saying it's one of the cathedrals of college basketball. I would put it right there with Cameron, with Rupp Arena, with Poly Pavilion, with Fog Allen Fieldhouse.
Yep.
I mean, it's just one of those great buildings of college basketball. You know, a blue blood arena, you know, a passionate fan base. And every team has attendance issues in their peaks and valleys, except for Duke. But Duke is because they're Duke and their arena's under 10,000.
Yeah.
I think y'all should absolutely renovate. I think a renovation would be
absolutely. I'm down for that.
Worthy of a renovation. I mean,
we'll talk about my love for Carolina basketball as we get closer to the regular season, which is not but less than 2 months away. We are going to talk about a lot of college basketball in here. But let's go ahead and move on to our top five teams. And back in college, that was a commercial break. Return from the commercial break, back to college football.
So who do you have in your top five?
Number one remains at Georgia. And I've redone just in the last 30 minutes before the show, I've redone my top five just because I feel like Penn State needs to drop back out because they almost lost to Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
They almost went bowling.
Do you know where Bowling Green is?
Yes, Ohio.
Excellent.
Thank you. Number two is Texas, the Longhorns, because of their win in Ann Arbor, and that proves that even though we already probably knew what we already thought we knew about the Longhorns, is that they're really, really good at football this year. And then my number three team is I moved them all the way up to three. Rocky Top. Sorry, State fans, but they put such a whooping on y'all they maybe moved them to three in the last 30 minutes. But anyway, then Ohio State's at number four. They haven't played anybody yet, but I feel like once they do, it's going to pretty much show itself that they're really that good. And then Miami State's in the top five. I think Missouri's getting close. If Missouri wins this Saturday, we'll talk about that in a minute. But if they win this Saturday, they move ahead of Miami because they've beaten three. Who they play this? I think they played a pretty decent team last Saturday and blew them out pretty bad.
Oh,
Missouri.
I don't think so. I think Missouri didn't play. I think they played, as my daddy would say, a little minnow.
A little minnow. Okay.
That minnow was
Buffalo. Okay. They didn't play anybody, but I still think they're right there. And will Boston College prove how good they are? Probably not quite, but it is a win of the win over a top 25 team, and we'll see how they do this week. But other than that, that's my top five. Who's your top five, William?
I have to disagree at number one.
Uh-oh. I didn't see that till right now.
I'm going
Snuck
with
it in on me.
Texas. I've got the Longhorns ahead of Georgia because to hit me with the horns down. Yes,
Down.
I think Georgia played a weak Tennessee Tech team, and this is where I make the difference. Texas went on the road
Right.
to the defending national champs, and yes, I understand Michigan is going through a downward spiral. But they are still, to this moment in time, the defending national champions. So I've got it. Just the way Texas controlled that game.
They controlled it for sure. Domination, would you say?
Absolute domination.
Brock Urs is pretty good, isn't he?
Quinn Ewers, yes.
Brock Urs.
Where were you going with that? I don't know, but it's a very close 1 and 2 because I have Georgia at 2. I think obviously you got to give Georgia their props.
Yep.
You know, they are on this winning streak of regular season wins. I just don't. I think Texas's domination just puts them over so slightly ahead of Georgia. At number 3, I actually have Ohio State. I think they are
Buckeyes.
The Buckeyes. Let's see who the Buckeyes have played this year.
Well, they played Akron first.
Yeah, they played Akron.
I think it was Middle Tennessee State last week. And now they play Marshall Saturday night.
No,
so they're playing a lot of tough opponents in non-conference.
No, that's Western Michigan. Now. Western Michigan.
They all run together.
Western Michigan.
Once you've seen one bad mid-major, you've seen them all, right?
Pretty much, yeah. But at number 4, I'm putting. I know this sounds biased. I have us at number 4.
No, I ain't biased. Y'all made it happen. Why is that biased?
I don't know. Being a Tennessee fan, I think it's just us at number 4. And at number 5, I do have Miami.
Yeah, I think Miami's going to eventually. They'll play another game sooner or later. Well, they have to show themselves pretty good, but I think before that, they're going to run their table.
Yeah, I think Miami is. I do think Miami's a legitimate team.
Yeah, they got a quarterback. I told y'all at the beginning of the season.
They actually have quarterback. I mean, that's important in this.
They finally have a quarterback that they can count on for the first time in 23 years.
Their first big test. I mean, yeah, they go.
Louisville.
Louisville will maybe be their first big test, if not Cal.
Yeah, Cal's showing himself. We'll
But
see how
then
they keep
again,
going.
because Miami's got to go all the way to Berkeley.
Oh,
They
that,
gotta
that
go.
is that is tough. That is the next test. Well, Virginia Tech. I mean, they lost to
Tech is
Vandy.
at home.
They've lost to Vandy, but Vandy's still winning. So I mean, they might actually be a good team this year.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. Now to our top games of the week.
top games.
My big game of the week, obviously, it's got to be.
Would that be your game day game? If you had a game day crew, would you take them there?
I would take them to Columbia,
Where are they? Where are
Missouri.
they? Where is game day going?
Columbia, they're actually going to be in Columbia, but Columbia, South Carolina, for
South.
Tennessee,
The
and
Cox again.
LSU versus South Carolina.
Do you
Let's,
think that should be the game day game? I think that. Well, I will tell you why that's the game day game because Wisconsin and I mean, well, Alabama and Georgia play in 2 weeks. They don't want to go to an Alabama game twice in a row. That's
I
my
think the
that's my
game,
thought.
I think the game day should have gone to Columbia, Missouri,
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
for 24 Boston College versus number 6 Missouri.
I think it should have gone to Oregon State, the Civil War.
That would have been fine with me.
That's gonna be a fun game Saturday.
That'll be a fun game. We will get to that one in a minute. We will get to that in a minute. But no, I think
Busy people on the podcast. He's got to check his phone for his limit. I'm calling him.
yeah, nobody calling me. Let's see. BC and Missouri, both teams. This is, I think, the first real test for Missouri. Missouri has shut two opponents out, but very weak opponents. And it just,
So in Boston College.
I mean, Boston College theoretically has a top 10 win. I mean,
No,
Missouri.
they do not. They were not going to be. They were if the rankings come out every week. The Florida State would not have been in the top 10.
Okay, they have at least a top 25.
I guess so. Another game I like to point out for this Saturday or this Friday
But we're
night,
not making
really.
picks.
A Friday night. What do you say?
We're not making a pick for this game.
Okay, my fault. Definitely going Missouri. What's the spread?
It is 16 and a half for
Ooh,
Missouri.
yeah.
Give me the under.
Ooh, I'm
Give
going the
me
over.
the under.
The Missouri Tigers. I feel like they're pretty good.
I got Missouri,
Yeah.
but I got the under. I have got 24 to 18.
One team can run the football. One team can throw it. The defenses are pretty decent. I think Boston College defense is real, even though that we're not real. Uh, ooh, Missouri ain't played anybody yet though. That's where
I
the
think that's why we
defense
can't
goes.
really look at the stats,
Right,
because Missouri, again, has not played anybody. They
right.
have played Murray State and Buffalo.
Buffalo,
And it's
home of
just something tells me this game will be at the under.
yeah,
Because Boston College has at least proven it in a big time game.
kind of. Anyway, Arizona and Kansas State in the Friday night Big 12 showdown to get a one up on the conference. Arizona hasn't played anybody really this year. Neither has Kansas State. I got this game coming down to the wire. I don't have a read on this one. If you're looking to bet on a game, this is not the one.
No, I won't
Uh,
touch it either.
don't touch it with a 10-foot pole or something else. But anyway, the spread is 7 to
For
Kansas
Kansas
State.
State, 7.
Yeah, I'm saying 1 point. Kansas State wins by 1 point at home, 35-34 on a drop kick field goal. 1 point.
That's an interesting pick. Um, Again, I really don't know enough about either team to make a prediction either way.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're going to learn this Friday night for the first time.
we'll definitely be watching. Um,
We're not going to be watching, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
I'll be watching that. I'll be watching it at home on Friday night.
No, we're not.
Oh
We're
yeah,
going
we
on our
are.
first. Hold on, we're going on our first road show Friday night.
Oh yes, you
We're
are.
taking these two sexy beasts to Simeon Stadium for a Hall of Fame night for the T.W. Andrews Red Raiders at 3-0 this year against the Northern Rowan
Yes,
Cavaliers.
you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me. I've got.
We need to get a table, William. What do you think for Friday night?
We'll see. 20 to 17, Kansas State.
Okay. And then we have an agreement on this name. This game's going to be fun to watch. Camp Randall,
What about
Alabama. Is that the right place?
Camp Randall? Yeah, in
Okay.
Madison.
In Madison, Wisconsin, the Badgers. This is going to be fun. I got a feeling this is going to be like an old school knockdown, drag out game.
I see this going one or two ways, and I'm glad my mother is not watching. I
Somebody get his mother on the phone.
see Wisconsin winning a close one or just getting absolutely blown out.
You think? I don't think they're going to get blown out.
I don't think they'll get blown out, but I could see it as a possibility.
I think they're a well coached team.
They are definitely
Finkel?
Finkel, yes.
So the spread is 16. Are you serious, bro? What's your pick on it? Go ahead and do the pick first. Where's my pencil? Go ahead.
Give me the Badgers.
Oh, I can't get this back down.
Give me the Badgers 30 to 24.
30-24. Okay. The funny thing is, we probably do need to look at the weather, but I just feel like that's going to come into play. I think it's going to be hot still there, right? I think
It's usually
this week.
yeah.
But this week in that area of the country, it's going to be smoking. They say for that area. And but my thought of this game is in 2 weeks, Alabama's got a showdown in Tuscaloosa against the Dogs. We'll see what the weather's going to be like on Saturday night.
Yeah. 77.
Yeah, that's pretty good weather for that time of year.
Yeah,
so forget the weather; it's not going to come into play. Alabama's first big game without Nick Saban is this week. Mm-hmm. Not waiting until 2 weeks at home. It's this week. So I'm giving the final score: Alabama 17, Wisconsin 10. Knockdown, drag out.
Absolutely. Are they going to do like they did? Alabama did this weekend? Keep it close for 3/4 and then score a bunch of points in the fourth?
No, 17-10.
Okay.
Low scoring affair. I think the coach of Finkel, I mean, he's got the ability to put a game plan together.
Absolutely. Next game. This game is my upset pick.
Okay.
Oregon State over Oregon in the Civil War.
And you think because Oregon struggled this year?
Oregon has
not struggled. Well, yes, they have.
They have absolutely.
I guess if you have the aspirations of what Oregon's got this year, wanting to finally put a banner in that stadium, you want to start off the season better. But also, you did play Boise State. Boise State could make the playoff. Would you agree?
Yeah, as an outside team. Yeah.
Well, then I think it's the mid-major.
Oh, it's the mid-major.
The best record for the mid-major is automatic.
Yeah, group of five.
Whatever. That's ESPN talk. We're talking Blake and William talk. It's going to be mid-major. Not so fast, my friend.
Ooh.
Not so fast, Mr. William Quapple, whatever it is.
Quapple.
That's close. I'm on that name. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But anyway. Oh. He's going to cuss me out in German here in a little bit. I got Oregon winning. Ooh, that's a big spread. To go to Oregon State to win by that much, and they haven't won yet by more than, 10?
Yeah.
The highest spread. I'm going, I have to say, I changed my pick, but not, you say Oregon State's going to win outright.
Yes.
That's where I have those not so fast, my friend. So I'm saying Oregon wins, but not by 16. I think it's going to be 14. Final score, 31-17, Oregon Ducks.
Fair. That is absolutely fair. As an absolutely fair prediction. And now we got two really good rivalry games coming up this week as well. We have got the Backyard Brawl. West Virginia, Pittsburgh.
Okay. That's a rivalry I'm glad they brought back, even though I think it's a big deal for college football, but on the grand scheme, it's not that big a deal, right?
No, but I mean, these are two definitely middle of the road teams.
At best.
In their conferences. But it's one of those rivalries, I say, essential to college football.
That's a small spread.
It is definitely a small spread.
Who's the favorite?
West Virginia's favored. But again, I see this going either.
Oh, it could definitely go either way.
but it is in Pittsburgh.
It is. That's what I usually go. I usually go with the home team in those things situations. So I want Pittsburgh.
Nope.
Okay.
I think when the game is done, Country Roads will be played.
Okay. Okay. West Virginia needs that game. Both of
I
them need
think
that
West
game.
Virginia needs to get that win before they start Big 12 play.
Yeah. Be nice. You also got Maryland and Virginia up there. Do you still want to go over that?
Yes,
Okay.
a
All right.
border battle.
A border battle.
Yeah,
That's
Virginia.
true. You
Virginia.
don't. I'm saying this is a big matchup.
That's a
I got
big.
Virginia.
Let's check
I wouldn't.
us.
I wouldn't have said that after the last week, before last week, but I'm saying Virginia.
No, give me
The
Maryland.
the Turtles.
Fear the Turtles.
Gosh,
But I
I feel
think
them.
it'll be again a close game. I've got 20-17 Maryland.
Okay, we got 2017 Maryland.
Yes,
I'm going ACC. I'm saying Virginia wins 2017.
I gotta go Big Ten.
All right. So I'm going to run down some important games for some other important games for Saturday. We got one of my upsets. I don't know if I'm calling this an upset. 22-point spread. Michigan versus Arkansas State. If you're a betting person, I don't think Michigan will be able to get up off the. Hold on, you're shaking your head no, but they got to get off the mat after getting whooped.
Oh, I think this is either a game.
It's a trap game.
It is a textbook trap game.
Arkansas State is from the Sun Belt. They ain't no joke down there.
No,
They can play football in Arkansas, kind
no.
of. So I'm going not 22. I'm going like 14 points for Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win, but it's going to be tight.
I think
I'll
yeah,
take the under.
they will not cover that spread. I think, but I could also come back and see a game where they could just hit them in the mouth.
All right, got
They're
another game.
mad. They're mad.
Yeah,
They're upset. Do they
they're
take it out
mad.
on Arkansas State, or are they still trying to lick their wounds?
I think it's going to be a slow start. Then we
Absolutely.
got a game in Raleigh where they got a spread of 21. NC State and Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech sometimes has a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I think y'all put them in the same situation that Michigan's in.
Michigan's in.
Can
Yeah.
they get off the mat back at home on Saturday afternoon, whatever time this game
12
is?
o'clock.
12 o'clock. Saturday, that's a real game. I think Louisiana, there's no way it can be 21. They didn't beat Western Carolina by 21.
No, I think there definitely is a tie spread. I'm going State, but under.
I'm right at what I picked NC State still so far, but I'm definitely wrong about I did not see y'all going to Charlotte and doing that.
No, I don't. I don't think anybody in the country expected
Yeah.
that.
So I think that's going to be State's going to win that game still, but by like 7.
I'll go 10.
Yeah, let's be nice. Barry
Uh,
Allison might listen to my.
would be nice
I
to
got to see Barry Allison tomorrow. I don't want him to hear that and be like, well, dunk me under the water or something.
They still probably might.
Well, another game, West Lafayette, Indiana. Another team
Oh,
that's got to get
yes.
off the mat.
Yes.
This is the one that they didn't expect to have to get off the mat. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Nobody expected them. And it's Notre Dame at Purdue. My friend Paul is a graduate of Purdue, and I see him every day just about. And he's already said today, I met him at lunch today, and he said Purdue's going to win this game. And I can't argue. I haven't seen Purdue play this year, but if Notre Dame can't score, but how many points they score Saturday? 14 at home?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going, that's my upset pick of the week. I put up there Wisconsin. I also just a minute ago said, well, Alabama's still going to win. So this is my upset pick of the week.
Yes.
Notre Dame gets knocked out of the playoffs for good. Is that a bold prediction?
That's not a bold prediction. I don't think. No. I
Two
think
losses.
definitely
Northern Illinois and Purdue. Can you recover from that?
no.
We've seen their schedule. It's not tough. They got Florida State and USC. That's what's left.
Well, Purdue has only played one game.
Right.
It was against Indiana State.
The Larry Birds.
Fighting Larry
Fighting
Birds.
Larry Birds.
Yes, the Fighting Larry Birds. But this is a game, a put up or shut up game for Notre Dame.
Better believe it.
I think
that fan base is rolling over. What do you think they thought before the season started? Kind of like Florida State.
Well,
Would you agree?
Notre Dame every year has I feel like Notre Dame every year has unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, me too.
They're one of those programs though that you always do.
Here's where I go wrong, where I change the pick this time is because Notre Dame's schedule was not hard.
No.
It was not where you had thought they would have lost after A&M. Even if they'd have won by 5, at least you're 2-0. The score does not matter anymore
No.
because of the guaranteed playoff spots if you do so well.
No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Notre Dame doesn't qualify for the automatic spots
Really?
because they're not.
They go 12-0, they do.
No, they're not part of a conference.
Right,
Notre
but they
Dame
go
is in-
12-0.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if they go 12-0, they'll
Okay.
probably get in.
Right, I would say yes.
But they can't get the top 4 spots.
No, okay, I
The
got you.
highest they can get, even if they go 12-0, they can only be the 5th best team, 5th or 6th.
Well, that's still where you want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then we got to go to another game here that's kind of make or break for both teams. Florida at home against the Aggies of Texas A&M.
I gotta go Texas
That's
A&M.
yeah, me too. I think Florida's kind of they had a good game last week against Stanford, and I think they found a good quarterback in DJ Laraway, and he's pretty good. Don't get me wrong,
No,
he's
I
very
agree.
good.
I
This
agree.
I think A&M's defense is going to figure out a way to give him some looks. Elko's going to give him some looks he ain't never seen before.
It's A&M by 4, but that game is in the Swamp. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Williams. We definitely agree.
Well, I half agree. They've been known to schedule some pretty hard schedules.
They do have some traditional expensive rivals, or pretty intense rivals.
Another game we didn't bring up on the board there. Washington State travels to Washington in a Pac-12 matchup.
Nope,
Not anymore. Big Ten and Pac-2 matchup. Because actually, if you look on ESPN, there's still 2 Pac-12 teams, and I guess when they play later on this year, that'll be for the Pac-12 title, right?
De facto.
Whatever.
Big 12.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And I got Washington State and Washington in Seattle at a 4-point favorite. I like that spread. I think it's going to be right there around 4. I ain't seen either one of these two teams play, but it's important for Washington to win this if they're going to stay in the Big Ten hunt.
Absolutely. I think they definitely need this game.
Yep.
I think not only for bragging rights, because I think Washington State is definitely would love nothing more than to beat Washington.
I agree.
Especially with everything that went down with Washington leaving the Pac-12 and leaving their buddies, in-state buddies, high and dry.
What I would do if I was Washington State and Oregon State is schedule the easiest schedule I could find and try to go undefeated. Both of them try to go undefeated. That would be what I would go with.
I don't think they're an automatic big conference now.
I don't think so. No, they're not. But I'm just saying, if they go 12-0, it's like, look at me. I went 12-0. Who cares who I played? But anyway, next game, Appalachian State, East Carolina. Me and William were talking about going to that game, but Florida State plays at 12, and I would like to watch. We're going to go to a college football game. I would like to get there early and tailgate a little bit, and look at the scenery, look at all the trees walking around. I mean, I got a little distracted there, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah, the trees.
The trees walking around. You know what I'm talking about? The trees.
Oh, yes.
Appalachian State and East Carolina. Appalachian State has come off of a rough loss in Clemson the other night, and East Carolina's 2-0. So I'm going East Carolina.
There you go, East Carolina as well. I think the Pirates are going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to get to a college game, man. Are you available on October 18th?
That's the day of the Alabama game.
No, it's not. That's Friday night.
That's the weekend, the night before. What you got?
Duke, Florida State. You going to that game with me?
I can if you want.
Okay, we're going to do a game day show from right outside of Durham Sports Complex in that restaurant out there that I like the name of it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's where we'll be that night or that day. Huh?
We'll definitely figure
that
out. Yeah,
but if we go to that, that's where we're going to be that day. That's where the Triangle Seminoles meet for their game watches.
Excellent. Yeah, we will work on getting that sorted. There was one other game of note that I'd like to bring up. The Battle for Miami.
Battle for Miami.
FIU.
Oh, gosh.
FAU.
Oh, okay.
That'll be an interesting game. It's a one-sided rivalry, but I would love to see FIU win it.
Okay. What do you got about Georgia, Kentucky? What do you think about that one? The spread, that game is 24 at Kentucky.
That sounds about right.
You think that's about right?
Yeah,
I say
I
Georgia's
don't
about
I
ready.
don't see an upset. Oh,
I think
one
Georgia's about ready to whoop some candy poop in Lexington, Kentucky, 55 to
they
3.
they just gonna have some KFC all weekend. One more in-state rivalry:
Mm.
Colorado State.
Mm. We can't forget about this game
The Rams
before we leave you tonight.
welcome Coach Prime and the Buffs.
As much as I want to say it, that Colorado is going to win this game, that was a tight game last year in Boulder, was it not?
Yes, and this game is in Fort Collins.
You know what I'd like to know? Is the same guy that hit Hunter still playing for Colorado? I think he went to NFL.
I'm not
I
sure.
think he went to
I'm
NFL.
not sure.
So Hunter's going to be ready for this game.
I think they'll all be ready for this
I
game. I
think
think this is
they like to be ready for this game.
think this is another one of those we can put it under
Must
the
win.
put up or shut up game
Must win for
for
Colorado.
Coach Prime and Colorado.
You just got your hand handed to you in Lincoln, and now you got to go to your rival, another rival, because Nebraska is a Colorado rivalry.
Absolutely.
So I'm going. I think Colorado pulled this one out. I don't want to. I like Deion. Deion, of course, is a Seminole, and he's the greatest defensive player of all time. But that means he's a great coach. But I'm going Colorado 28-20.
So you're going the over. I'm about the
Barely.
same. I'm about the same. But I could see Colorado State pulling the upset.
Okay. UCF TCU from Fort Worth, 2-0, 2-0. Another one of them Big 12 matchups that will springboard one team forward. And we both agreed there's only going to be one team out of the Big 12. Would you agree? Going to the playoffs.
Maybe two. If
Maybe two. This is an important game then,
yes,
because they do get to play in the Big 12 title game. There's two
yes,
teams that go there, and the winner of that one will go to the playoffs.
and we'll
So,
probably the winner of this game will probably go play Utah, the Big 12 title game.
well, it's still early for that. But if you want to get there, you got to win this game. Would you agree?
The winner is definitely in the catbird seat.
Arizona, Arizona, Kansas State. This game will be. It's a pretty big week for the Big 12. Early big week.
Early big week for the Big 12.
And I love it. I love college football. This is what it's all about. Every week got something different. You never know what you're going to see on these schedules.
Unless you're Houston.
Yep. What they got?
They're 0-2.
Oh,
They're the only winless team in the conference.
Yeah, well, that's probably it right there for all we previewed everything. We touched everything.
I think we did.
We touched even a cat can't scratch it. That way to say something else, but we're gonna let that go. What look at me like that for?
I don't know what my cats are up to.
Well, I don't know. They've been very quiet today. Our mascot has not shown up tonight.
Nope.
Anything else we need to bring up, William? How about we talk? We got 8 more minutes for the hour. Let's talk NFL real quick. We can't. We forgot it last week, and I think it's the biggest sport in the country. So why not bring it on the show? College football is our main topic. I'm retired from the NFL. My team, Tom Brady's gone, so I'm retired. This man right here got his big win Sunday afternoon, and the New England Patriots.
They beat Cincinnati. Loved
Cincinnati.
And I will say this: I think Cincinnati does always start slow, but boy, Brissett managed the game well.
Yeah.
And we had a good running game with Stevenson. Just beautiful.
Do you agree with it? Do you agree with Brissett being a starter?
For now, yes. Okay. If he keeps playing like this and manages to continue to manage the game well, make plays with both his arm and his leg, I'm okay with it.
Right.
I want to give big props to the offensive line. I was really concerned all preseason, but they played fantastic.
Fantastic. Then we got
a team that did not play
oh
well.
Gosh, our hometown team. Is that where you're going?
Your hometown team, yes.
I don't have a hometown team.
The Panthers?
Oh God.
The Carolina Panthers.
I don't understand, but I mean I guess I do understand how you can be that bad. But coming out of the gate, 30-3 in the first half, that almost deflates the whole season. Wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. I was riding down the road after.
You're telling a Patriots fan deflate?
Oof. Well, I was there when that happened. I call. You know what I say about that? We're not gonna say it on the show. Yeah. But we know what happened after he came back on the field after that happened. Whooped the Colts. But anyway, I got where I was going with. I was on the radio listening to the radio show, and this is their 30th year, and they were saying they started the season in the Superdome against the Saints, and the radio host of the radio broadcaster for the game was talking about them coming back for the last game of the season. Ha! They're coming back for they have to buy a ticket to come to that last game.
Probably.
You know, probably. There ain't no way they're getting there. If they get, I'll tell you what. If Carolina goes to the Super Bowl this year, I will run around the parking lot naked.
No, I'm cutting that out. Please don't. Please don't.
They're not winning. I ain't got to worry about it. Some other games to note. I should probably real fast.
I got it pulled up.
Yeah.
The Giants look terrible.
Giants suck.
The Giants are terrible.
Who wins tonight? Jets or 49ers? 49ers.
I'm going 49ers.
I think Jets will play good because Aaron Rodgers is back. You think? Okay.
Yes, if he plays more than 2 plays.
Let's get ready to go. You stole my thunder. Over under. How many plays did Aaron Rodgers play this week?
I think he does actually play this, and I do hope he's healthy.
Long Island John is a Jets fan that I talk to every night, every day, my buddy. I want them to play good for him.
Okay. Detroit with a great overtime comeback last night. That was a lot of fun game to watch. I watched the fourth quarter in bed.
Detroit, okay.
And then the Bucks got a nice win over Washington. And then Tom Brady made his TV debut.
He's good, but I think I don't think it's gonna last for 1 year.
Nah, it depends on what this whole mess with the Raiders ownership thing is.
Oh, really?
Apparently they have a bunch of restrictions in place, but no, the Lions looked great.
I'm gonna tell you what I really think. He wants to play, and if he wants to play, there's no question.
If he gets in the right situation, that was Detroit with the great comeback. Okay. Tampa had a great win. Baker, I heard, played really well.
Yeah, they got a big one next week. The Lions.
In the most Brown way possible. Trade off Baker Mayfield to get Deshaun Watson like a putt.
The Cowboys win.
That's just absolutely.
They're waiting for December to collapse.
It's only August, people.
It's only August.
We'll be fine. America will be fine.
Yes. Stephen A. Smith's waiting for the collapse.
I'm waiting for the collapse. America is waiting for the collapse.
Now, if Bill Belichick would have went to the Cowboys, I would have been a Cowboy fan this year. Just throw it out there. Very silent from William. But anyways, on to next week, we got the Buccaneers and Lions. That's going to be a good matchup. Very important matchup. I think I'm still picking the Lions. They're playing at home. Buccaneers still ain't quite there yet. Yeah. The Lions are a Super Bowl contender, and they feel like they can get there this year. You got the Rams and Cardinals. Now we're talking about that game. Let's see. Chiefs and Bengals. Chiefs going to run all over that game.
You talk about make or break games.
That's a big one. Even though it's early in the season, you feel like Joe Burrow didn't play well Sunday, and he needs to rebound quickly.
Oh, absolutely. And I think he will. He's one of those guys.
There's not many big games in the NFL next week.
No, I think New England play Seattle.
Okay. Where y'all play them at?
We host them.
Okay. The Bears and Texans, what's his name? Caleb Williams said he wants to play better next week, but I still think Texans are going to win pretty good.
Texans are going to take care of business.
The Texans have Super Bowl aspirations as well.
At home. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team, not in the heavy loaded AFC.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they definitely will win the South.
Right. The Colts and the Packers. They lost in Brazil.
And
the Colts played well.
And they lost their quarterback. Jordan Love's out 3 to 6 weeks.
I didn't hear about that. Wow. That's what I'm saying. These young kids, they're great, but they don't stay healthy.
No.
They got to learn to get rid of the football.
Oh,
but anyhow, that's pretty much it for this week. I just want to remind y'all, Friday night, me and William, our first road show. Are you excited about this, William?
I'm definitely excited.
High school football Friday night. Usually I'm on the football field on Friday night, but I got a week off. So I figured, hey, why don't we and William do our first road show from Simeon Stadium in Andrews, High Point Andrews, Red Raiders. Hall of Fame night. My mentor, William Peanut Covington, he also referees ACC basketball. A very good ACC referee. If you ever want to meet a nicer guy, you will never meet. As far as what he's done in his career, he'll come back and help you anytime, any place, for anything you want. And he's going into the High Point Andrews Hall of Fame Friday night. And that's not why I'm going, but it is important. It is nice to be there for that. And then we're going to have a table. We're going to try and get a table to go sit somewhere. We'll just work all that out.
Yeah,
if y'all see us out there, Just say hey.
Come say hi, and we will see you next week. Have a good week.
Go Noles.
Go Vols.